Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome to day one of our fourth quarter challenge. Be free in 2023 or free to be me in 2023. I love them both. I can't decide, so we're going with both of them. On day one, you're on your 90-day countdown now, because when we get to December 1st, 2022, December 31st, we're going to celebrate our victories. So the first thing I want you guys to do is get a journal. I want you to write out your goals. We talked about this in day one, in the pre-thing, but I want you guys to write down your goal. What are you going to accomplish in the next 90 days? Because we're going to have our focus hat on, and we're going to make things happen. We're going to talk about goal setting, goal planning, limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, the patterns you run, the shadows you have. And I mean, we all have these, the negative self-talk. And that's, I want to talk about journaling today because I want you to journal every day, commit to journaling. I journal every day. I try to do it at the end of the day so I can kind of gauge my day. And as I was going through my journal, I realized that lately, and I can't tell you why, but I've had a little bout of negative self-talk. And that's what you pick up in journaling. It's like, okay, I don't know where I got this from, so I really had to sit with it today when I meditated to figure out where it came from. Once you understand where something that, one of your actions, one of your emotions comes from, it's much easier to heal it. If you can figure out where the shadow is, the shadow voice lingering, healing is much easier. So I really want you to pick one or two things that you're going to focus on for the next 90 days. Whether it's by the time you get to January 1st, you're going to launch a new business. You're going to apply for this job you've always wanted. You're going to quit your job and go part-time. You're going to, whatever your dreams are, you're going to lose 20 pounds. You're going to get in shape to go to your class reunion, whatever it is, let's work on it on the next 90 days and put it in the comments below if you want me to kind of do some coaching, because I'll also be doing live coaching here as well for people that have questions that we can go through, because I want you at the end of this to have so much value from it. I'm kind of putting together the class that I always wish I had. I was talking to my coach. I think every successful person, especially women, have coaches. We all have somebody that kind of helps us. I was talking to my coach about, doing an online course and going live. And she's like, why don't you commit or develop what you always wanted? I mean, I've spent 30 years trying to read everything I could about personal development and self-help and shadow work, because I had so many things running in my life that were holding me back from success. And even the past 3 years, I think so many of us, when COVID hit, especially women, we had to put our heads down. A lot of you guys had childcare. You had, your parents you had to take care of. You were working from home all of a sudden. Some of you were working at nowhere because your jobs ended. Some of you guys retired, and now you're thinking, what's next? What am I going to do next in my life? We're going to get that figured out, ladies and gents, if there's any guys here. We're going to get that figured out over the next 90 days of how you're going to launch yourself into the next 90 days. So get a journal. I have a journal. I have, actually, I just fell in love with this. I can't tell you why. I got it in Disney World. I often don't buy journals. I keep mine online, and I have another one, but I don't think it's in here. Oh yeah, here's my other one as I get really close to the camera. This one is for my business, Be a Legend. Now, again, I'm not a big Minnie Mouse fan. I know some people are, I'm just not, but I love that Be a Legend. So when I put my thoughts in there, when I was planning this 90 days out and I put it in there, it was like, this is how to inspire, be you. So get your journal out, figure out what you want to do over the next 90 days. I want you to pretend you have a magic wand. And you can wave this magic wand and propel yourself, transport yourself to December 31st, 2022, midnight. You've got a beautiful glass of champagne, and you're celebrating your victories. What will that victory be? Because then we back that up and we figure out how to get you there. And I love the magic wand. With all my coaching people, I put them through this. And I really want you to sit with it, because a lot of people will come up with an answer really quick, which is great. And, oh, I want to do this. But I want you to sit with it. I want you to really think through, What will bring you so much joy on December 31st? What if you did, you'd be like, wow, I did this. I can't believe I accomplished this in 90 days. Because remember, we can accomplish more than we think in 90 days. We always set a calendar and we think, oh my God, I'm getting this quote wrong. But we always think we can do less in 90 days and more in a year, when in reality, you can do a lot in 90 days if you focus your 90 days. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to focus. So get out your journal, get out your magic wand, and write down at midnight, this is where I am, this is who I'm with, this is how I look, this is what I'm doing, everything. Because visualization can give you everything you want. Because when you can see it here, it means it's been planted there. You don't just pull things out of the sky. Oh, I think I'll pull out being an astronaut out of the sky. When you pull things out, it's being driven to you by God. It's being downloaded by spirit, whatever you want to call the power, this infinite power that's out there. It's downloading this to you. You know, about 2 months ago, and I kind of feel bad about it. I woke up and all of a sudden I had this whole book in my head about this little girl who found a puppy and yada, yada, yada. And I never wrote it down. And now when I get ready to do, I can't remember it. Okay, I have a question. Do you have examples of what you can create in 90 days to get an idea of what to do for my 90 days? That's a great question. You can lose 30 pounds in 90 days. You can start a business in 90 days. Say you decide you want to do coaching. You get yourself a website, you do your website, you can go on Fiverr, get somebody to help you out with your website. You decide what kind of coaching you want to do. Say you want to do, I don't know why weight loss, but probably because I just was reading something about weight loss. You want to do weight loss, you figure out your program, then you start a Facebook group, you start talking on Facebook about your coaching program, about what you offer, and you're off to the races. You start building your email list. I mean, my email list, I have my first book I wrote, Find Your Blue Rose, 7 Steps to Transforming Your Life, and videos. That's on my different groups, my website, everywhere you download that, you got videos and ebooks. I have your email, so when I have specials, I can send it out to you. That's one thing you can get up and running in 90 days. Housekeeping. I have a friend who has an extremely successful housekeeping business. She got that up and running in 60 days. Again, she went out, she made flyers, she put it around her neighborhood, she advertised in a few places, she got business cards, she told everybody she knew, and she was off to the races. I have another friend who has a craft charcuterie business. And same thing, she decided she wanted to do a business, she went out, she bought the domain, she started a website, she started taking pictures of craft charcuterie. She asked everybody she knew if they would, get her craft charcuterie. She had to give a few away free at the beginning to get going. And now she just constantly talks about craft charcuterie. You have to constantly be talking about what you do. I constantly talk about how I coach women to build their confidence so they can step in to become the most powerful person they can be. And my coaching program is a 90-day program because it takes about 90 days, and that's why I set this up for 90 days. It takes 90 days to really make change. Making the decision to change, an instant. Making the change, giving yourself permission. Women over 50 have trouble with that. Giving themselves permission to make the change. And then you're off to the races. So Christine, tell me what you want to do. It really comes down to, what do you really want to do in life? And everybody has a dream. We've all had dreams since we were kids of what we really wanted to do. Live your dream. Admit to yourself you have that dream and move forward. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? Diane, how you doing? So that's it. Just do the magic wand. Get out your journal and pretend you have a magic wand. And where do you want to be at midnight, December 31st, 2022? And I don't mean, it would be cool if you say, I want to be in Times Square watching the ball drop. I do want to go to Times Square and watch the ball drop, but I'm one of those people that I'm not going to stand in one of those little pens that they pen people up in. So I keep telling my sister, we're going to have to do it a couple years in advance and rent the hotel rooms, because there's hotel rooms overlooking. People book those out 4, 5, 6 years ahead to be able to just sit up in a hotel room, you're nice and warm, you watch the ball drop, you're drinking champagne. Perfect. But what do you want to be doing? What do you want your 2023 to look like? Don't float into 2023. Don't just wake up and say, holy crap, it's, March 2023, where'd the time go? You're in charge of your time. Nothing's guaranteed but today. So live today to the fullest and admit to yourself what you really, truly want, and then go after it. So any other questions? This is much longer than I planned it to be, which is fabulous. I mean, I could sit here every day and just answer questions. Like I said, I coach women all day long, so this is right up my bailiwick. I never really knew what a bailiwick was. So I want you, when 2023 shows up, to have a committed plan. And it can be anything you want. It could be you want to lose weight before you get to 2023, so when you get to 23, you'll be in the best shape ever to do whatever you want to do. Whatever. Just pick what you want to do. I mean, one of my goals for 2023, and I talk about this all the time, and by the time we get to December 31st, you guys will be sick of it, is to get a house on Laguna Beach for a month in July. That's my goal. I think it'd be just so cool to be able to sit in Laguna Beach on the beach and do nothing for a month. I mean, I can work from there. My job in the summer, I can pretty much work from anywhere because there's no legislative sessions going on, so I have a lot more freedom. So what do you really want to do? I mean, I want to also, for my business, for my coaching business, I want to inspire 1 million women to step into their most powerful self. I want to show 1 million women that there's nothing you can't overcome. I've overcome a lot in my life. I know a lot of you guys have overcome much more than I have in your lives. I mean, we all have junk. And when you're a woman over 50, we didn't have a lot of choices, ladies. We had to take the jobs we could get. We had to live the life we lived. And now I look at my daughter and she's like, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's like, it must be nice. I had to take a job to eat and to feed the family and have a place to sleep. But now we're 50, 55, 60. We get to make a choice. We get to pick what we want to do. And I'm going to help you make that pick. So if I don't have any other questions, you guys, get out your magic wand. What do you want to create? What do you want to be in 2023? How are you going to be free in 2023? And how can we create it over the next 90 days? Because you can create anything. One of my coaching clients that came to me real quick, she had no confidence. She had, she'd just gotten out of a horrendous marriage. He just beat her down. She had no confidence at all. Unbelievable, so much potential, but she couldn't see it. Within 90 days, she applied for her dream job of teaching and got it. She didn't even have the degree they asked for. She didn't even have that. But they interviewed her and they're like, you're perfect for this job, because she had the confidence. With confidence, you can own the world. I hope this helps you guys. For questions, let me know. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. And here's to you being free in 2023 and finding your blue rose.